Hari ini kita masuk 6.9. We are going into 6.9. Preparation of salt. Penyediaan garam. Okay. So preparation of salt is a very big topic. Ini topik yang sangat besar. Dan topik ini dia selalu muncul. It always comes out in your section B, section C. Bahagian B, bahagian C. I hope by now you all sudah faham format. Tahu tak bahagian C itu soalan terakhir. Section C, the last question is a procedure question. Kena tulis procedure kan? Tahu kan? Right? So this question is very popular there. Dia akan tanya macam mana untuk menyediakan garam X. They will give you a particular salt, then awak kena tahu cara penyediaan dia, including the procedure. So in this topic, if you look through the notes, kalau awak tengok nota, ada banyak eksperimen kan? Lots of experiments. Just in this one topic. 6.9 saja ada banyak. Okay? So, you have to remember the method for all. Awak mesti ingat kaedah untuk semua. Mesti ingat. Okay? So, pay attention to that lah apabila kita belajar topik ini. Itu sangat penting. Right? Okay, first thing we need to understand is apakah itu garam terlarutkan dan tak terlarutkan. What is soluble and insoluble salt? Okay, so soluble salt, garam terlarutkan ini ditakrifkan sebagai, is defined as salts that dissolve in water at room temperature. Garam yang larut dalam air pada suhu bilik. Because kita kena faham, keterlarutan garam bergantung pada suhu tau. Solubility of salt actually depends on temperature, right? It's very simple. Dekat rumah pun kita boleh buat eksperimen yang ringkas. You can do a simple experiment at home, right? You take a cup of water, ambil satu cawan air pada suhu bilik at room temperature, try to put in salt, okay? Kacau, you stir it until it dissolves, sampai dia larut, and then you add a little bit more, tambah sedikit demi sedikit sampai tak larut, until it doesn't dissolve. Okay? So, mula-mula bila kita tambah, dia larut. In the beginning when we add, it dissolve. But after a while, dia tak larut. So now you consider larut ke tak larut? Understand tak? Is it soluble or insoluble? Mula-mula bila kita larutkan boleh. After that, after a while when you try to add some more, tak boleh. So is it soluble or not? So solubility depends on many factors. Ketelarutan sebenarnya bergantung kepada banyak perkara. Faktor yang kita bincang tadi, faktor yang cikgu ajar tadi, the one that I was teaching you just now, the factor there is the concentration. Dia boleh larut sehingga kepekatan tertentu. It can dissolve until a certain concentration, which is what we call saturated. Tepulah. Lebih daripada itu tak boleh larut. More than that, cannot. Okay, so that is one factor. Suhu yang lagi satu ialah, another factor will be the temperature. So, cikgu bagi tahu tadi kan, tambah sedikit demi sedikit, you add little bit until cannot dissolve anymore, right? No, for our syllabus, no. Wait, for our syllabus is very, that's why I'm going to teach you the limitation. Cikgu akan ajar had dia. So, it also depends on temperature. Bila kita tambah sampai tak larut, if you just put it in a pot, okay, letak dan panaskan dia, right? Apa akan berlaku? Dia akan larut. It will dissolve, isn't it? Eventually, it will dissolve. So, dia juga bergantung kepada suhu. It also depends on temperature. So, solubility is not a black and white thing. Ketelarutan garam sebenarnya, dia bukan saja larut tak larut. It's not just soluble, insoluble. Actually, when you all go to higher level, okay, jangan risau. Yang untuk syllabus kita, awak kena ingat ini saja. This one. Apa yang cikgu bagi dalam nota. This one is for your knowledge, for you to understand, untuk awak faham. So, you have to understand, dalam syllabus kita memang dia terhad kepada larut tak larut. Is limited to only dissolve, soluble and insoluble. But actually, if you go and awak boleh search nanti lepas kelas for your own knowledge, solubility of salt. Dia ada satu julat ketelarutan. There's a range, you know. Very soluble, slightly soluble, okay, miscible, okay, dia ada banyak jenis ketelarutan. First, you have to understand that, okay? But we are at level 1. Kita baru di aras pertama, right? Untuk SPM. So what we learn is larut tak larut saja. And we are limited to, kita terhad kepada suhu bilik, room temperature. Okay? So awak kena faham, you have to understand in our syllabus, in this topic, dalam topik ini, bila kita sebut garam telarutan, when we say soluble salt, kita merujuk kepada, we are referring to salt that can dissolve in water, garam yang boleh larut dalam air pada suhu bilik, at room temperature. That's all. That is the limitation of our syllabus. Faham tak? Dan itu saja yang awak perlu tahu untuk SPM. Okay, but that is not the full story lah. Alright. Okay, so jadi apakah garam tak telarutan? Therefore, what is insoluble salt? Insoluble salt will be that doesn't dissolve in water lah at room temperature. Suhu bilik tak larut dalam air. Faham tak? Again, this is limitation of our syllabus. Okay, ini bukan cerita yang lengkap. Right? Okay. So, solubility of salt in water. Sekarang kita kena tahu apa jenis garam yang larut dan tak larut. What types of salt dissolve and don't dissolve. Okay. So, type of salt, kita bahagi dalam syllabus kita, in our syllabus, we divide into 4. Ada banyak lagi. There's a lot more, guys. Okay. Please always remember that kita baru belajar first step. So, kita belajar sikit dulu. Ilmu dia sebenarnya besar, sebesar ini. Tapi kita belajar ini je. You always remember that. Okay. Now, for our syllabus, kita ada 4 jenis garam. 4 types of salt. So, the first type jenis yang pertama ialah nak, garam nak. In English is snap. This one. Okay. So, apa itu garam nak? What is a snap salt? This one, huruf pertama dia adalah nama bagi garam. Nama bagi ion. The name of the ions. Okay. So, snap is sodium. S is for sodium. N is for nitrate. And then A is for ammonium. Potassium is P. Nak ini 2N adalah natrium nitrate. Lepas tu A ammonium. And then K. Kalium. Ini bukan potassium, ni kalium. Bahasa Melayu kalium. K. Nak. That's why nak. Okay. So, garam nak ini, apa yang kita maksudkan dengan garam nak? What do we mean by garam nak? Garam nak adalah garam, okay, yang ada ion ini. Snap salts are salts that have this ion. So, class, you need to know already, 6.8 kita sudah belajar yang garam itu adalah sebatian ion. Salt is an ionic compound. Right? Salt is an ionic compound. So, dia terdiri daripada cation dan anion. It is made of a cation and anion. Satu ion positif, satu ion negatif. So, bila kita kata garam nak, when we say snap salt, that means dia ada satu ion ini sebagai satu ion ini adalah salah satu ion dia lah, sama ada cation atau anion. Whether it's the cation or the anion. Is that clear? So, for example, contohnya lah, cikgu bagi contoh. Natrium chloride, sodium chloride, NaCl. Ini adalah garam nak. It's a snap salt. Why? Why? Sebab dia ada ion natrium. Because it has the sodium ion. Faham? Silver nitrate. Argentum nitrate. Ini adalah garam nak. It is a snap salt. Why? Because ada nitrate. Boleh? Okay. So, snap salts, apakah ketelarutan dia? What's the solubility? All snap salts, semua garam nak terlarutkan. They are all soluble in water. Semua terlarutkan dalam air. So, you have to remember, asalkan ada ion ini dalam garam, as long as these ions are present in the salt, it is soluble. Dia memang larut dalam air. Okay? Tiada pengecualian. There are no exceptions. Nah. Okay? Okay. Then we go to chloride salts. Garam chlorida. So, chloride salts, garam chlorida ini, most of them are soluble. Kebanyakan dia terlarutkan. right? Most of them are soluble. No, don't have. In our syllabus, it's just soluble or insoluble. Dalam syllabus kita, senang saja. Terlarutkan atau tak terlarutkan. Itu saja. That's all you have to know. Okay. So, for chloride salts, kebanyakannya terlarutkan. Most of it is soluble. Kebanyakannya terlarutkan dalam air. However, ada pengecualian. There are some exceptions. Now, the exceptions, you must remember for garam klorida ini ialah pah. Remember pah. Okay. Apakah itu pah? What is pah? Garam, plumbum 2, lead 2, silver and mercury 1. Mercury 1. Okay. Plumbum 2, argentum dan mercury 1. Lead 2, silver and mercury 1. If we have these chlorides, chlorida ini tak terlarutkan. They are insoluble. Lead 2 chloride and silver chloride very popular dalam syllabus. Dia selalu keluar dalam soalan. This one and this one. So mercury 1 chloride class. Tengok dia punya formula. Right? Yes. Very good question. Good spot. Okay. I just only wanted to say. So formula dia lain sikit. Dia pelik sikit. Is Hg2Cl2. Okay. Now this is because of the special structure. Dia ada struktur yang istimewa di mana satu unit memang ada, one unit does have 2 silver ion, 2 chloride ion. Okay, it does have 2 silver ion, 2 chloride ion. You can go and check read up more about this. Pergi baca lagi. It has a special structure. Memang formula dia macam ni, and it's not normal lah, because biasanya dia akan, contohnya dia akan HgCl lah, sebab dua-dua. Normally we simplify it to 1-1, isn't it? Right? Yeah, but this one is special. You can go and look it up. Okay, now sulfate. What about the sulfate ions? So sulfate ions also, kebanyakan dia, most of it is soluble. Most of it is soluble. Kebanyakan dia terlarutkan. Okay. However, tetapi ada pengecualian juga. There is an exception. For sulfate, the exception you remember, bacap. Bukan kicap, bacap. Okay. What is bacap? Barium, calcium, plumbum 2. Barium, calcium and lead 2. Okay, baca. Okay, what about carbonate? Now, carbonate ini most of it is insoluble. Kebanyakannya tak terlarutkan. Okay, most of it is insoluble. Tapi ada pengecualian. There's an exception. Can you guess what it is? Apa pengecualian dia? Berdasarkan apa yang kita tahu di sini, based on what we know here. Based on what we know here. Nampak tak? Geng nak ini, yes, very good. You look at the snap salt gang. Tak ada pengecualian. There's no exception, isn't it? Semua larut. Everything is soluble. That means pengecualian dia ialah yes, the sap salts, garam nak. Garam nak ini maksudnya carbonate yang ada cation ion ini. The carbonates with these cation ions, sodium, ammonium, potassium, natrium, ammonium dan kalium. Ini memang terlarutkan. Boleh? Can. Okay? Alright. Ini mesti hafal. Absolutely important for you to memorize this. Must memorize. Okay? Can. I've summarized again. Okay? So, first of all, garam yang terlarutkan tanpa pengecualian, the salts that are soluble without any exception is the snap salts. Garam nak. Asalkan ada salah satu ion ini, as long as got one of these ions, terlarutkan. Soluble. Clear? Okay. And then, we have chloride and sulfate. Chloride and sulfate, most of it is soluble. Kebanyakan dia terlarutkan. Kebanyakannya. Tetapi, however, ada pengecualian. For chloride is pah. 3 garam klorida ini tak terlarutkan. These three chloride ions are insoluble. Okay. Then for sulfate is bacap. Tiga garam ini tak terlarutkan. These three sulfate salts are not soluble. Okay. Okay. Then we have carbonate salt. Semua tak terlarutkan. Everything is insoluble. But ada pengecualian. There's an exception. Garam ini, the sap salts. Asalkan dia ada cation ion di sini. As long as they have the cation ions here, they are soluble. Memang terlarutkan. That means contohnya natrium carbonate, sodium carbonate is soluble. Kalium carbonate terlarutkan. And then ammonium carbonate is soluble. Tapi tak ada carbonate lain yang terlarutkan. Everything insoluble. Boleh? Yang first itu ialah nitrate. Yang mana ya? Garam nitrate memang termasuk di sini. Tapi kenapa tak ada nitrate sini? Why we don't have nitrate in the carbonate? Because nitrate tak boleh bergabung dengan carbonate. Dua-dua anion kan? Both also anion, isn't it? Tak boleh lah. Anion ini mesti bergabung dengan cation. Carbonate must combine with cation, what? Right? Okay? Alright. Can Okay, so as I said, ini mesti hafal, must memorize. Okay, ini ialah semua kecuali nitrate lah, except nitrate. That means this one is sodium, natrium, ammonium dengan kalium, potassium. These three. Sebab dia cation, faham tak? Hanya cation ion yang boleh bergabung dengan carbonate, betul tak? That's why. Okay. Ammonium carbonate lah. So ammonium means it will be, wait, later we see. Nanti kita lihat contoh dia dalam eksperimen nanti. Okay, kan? Okay, now look at this. Next part is the special properties. Okay, sifat istimewa plumbum 2 klorida dan plumbum 2 iodida. Lead to chloride, lead to iodide. They got special properties. Okay, dia ada sifat istimewa. Okay. Okay, ada soalan tak faham part carbonate. Carbonate ini maksudnya, contohnya, okay. You know what? Nanti kita ada latihan, cikgu terangkan. Later we got some exercise. I will explain to you here. Okay? Just hold on. Tunggu sekejap. Can? Okay, come. Let's start. Let's continue this part. So untuk plumbum klorida dan iodida, lead to chloride and lead to iodide. Alright. Bila kita tambah ke dalam air, when we add to water, okay, mula-mulanya first both also insoluble. Dua-dua pun tak terlarutkan. Betul lah, because chlorida, you see chlorida, nampak tak? Pengecualian untuk chlorida ialah plumbum 2 kan? One of it is lead 2, right? So lead 2 chloride is insoluble. So biasanya kalau kita tambah dengan air, when you add water, right? Okay, it's not soluble. But plumbum 2 iodida, nampak tak? Kita tak ada iodida dalam senarai ini. Can you see we don't have iodides in the list? I already told you. Cikgu sudah bagi tahu awak tadi. Ilmu dia macam ni. Kalau awak nak belajar semuanya dalam tingkatan 4, memang 1 tahun pun tak cukup. 1 year so not enough just for one topic. So kita hanya belajar yang biasa digunakan. We are only learning the common ones. So for iodide, lead 2 iodide is insoluble. Plumbum 2 iodida memang tak terlarutkan. Okay. So what is special is warna dia, the color. Now, this one, okay, lead to chloride. Plumbum 2 chlorida ini adalah pepejal putih, tak terlarutkan. It's a white insoluble salt. Okay, it's a white insoluble salt. Manakala lead to iodide, plumbum 2 iodida ini adalah is an insoluble yellow solid. Pepejal kuning tak terlarutkan. Important Lead to iodide important Okay, dia akan muncul sekali lagi nanti. It will appear again in 6.11, 6.11 it'll come again. You have to remember this, yellow solid, lead to iodide, plumbum 2 iodida. Okay. Langkah kedua ialah panaskan. Bila kita panaskan dia, when you heat it up, okay, it will dissolve. Dia akan larut. Cikgu sudah bagi tahu awal kelas tadi. The beginning of the class I already told you. Sebenarnya, Ketelarutan garam bergantung kepada suhu juga. Actually, solubility also depends on temperature. So, bila kita dalam syllabus kita, in our syllabus, when we say insoluble, bila kita kata garam itu adalah garam tak terlarutkan, kita maksudkan pada suhu bilik. We mean at room temperature. Okay? No, you must mention, mesti sebut semua pemerhatian dalam jawapan. White solid. Must be white. Must be white. For the chloride and sulfate pengecualian can't dissolve in water. Yes, correct. Correct. That's right, Darren. Precipitate can. Oh, this one no, not precipitate. This one is not precipitate because dia belum larut lagi. It hasn't dissolved yet. Precipitate means dia keluar dari larutan. It comes out of the solution. Understand or not? Huh? Okay, yang ini dia belum larut lagi. Okay? Yes, this the special one lah, the special one. The special one. Okay, then step 3. Bila kita sejukkan dia balik, when you cool it down, what happens? What happens? So, tadi bila kita panaskan dia, when you heated it up, it dissolve, you know. Bila kita panaskan dia, dia larut balik. Right? But, now, when we cool it, bila kita sejukkan dia, the insoluble solid reforms. Terbentuk semula. Yes, that's right. Is precipitation similar to excess solution? No, that's why I say it depends on the volume of the solution also, right? So if excess, yes, certain salts, insoluble salts, you even when you add more, walaupun kita tambah lagi pelarut, dia takkan larut. It won't dissolve until a certain amount, of course. It's not infinite. It's not infinite. Okay, so this is the special properties. Sifat istimewa. Plumbum 2 chlorida, plumbum 2 iodida. Lead to chloride, lead to iodide. Alright. Okay, come, let's move on. Now look at this experiment. Tengok eksperimen ini. So this is an experiment to investigate solubility untuk mengkaji ketelarutan pelbagai jenis garam, various salts lah. Alright. So this one very simple experiment. Why is it colorless? That's the property lah. That's the property. Kita hanya boleh perhatikan dan nyatakan dia. We cannot determine why the color is actually like that. It depends on what light it absorbs, apa cahaya yang dia serap, apa cahaya yang dia pantulkan, and and all that lah. That's a whole different story, right? Tak sempat sekalian kan. So the first experiment class is very simple. Is nothing difficult. The experiment yang pertama itu. The first experiment is just yang mana yang larut, mana tak larut lah. So first experiment we are going to go through a bit fast. Kita akan pergi laju sikit. This one. Can. Go ahead. Yes. Saya yang ajar. Yeah. Okay, come. Let's go to the first experiment. This one simple only class. So yang ini kita sebenarnya tengok apa larut, apa tak larut lah. What is soluble and what is insoluble. Right? So the variables here, pemboleh ubah di sini. Apa yang kita manipulasikan. Okay, so let's look at the procedure. Very simple. Macam ni saja. Okay. So we take 0.5 gram, 0.5 gram garam. Right? And then kita pindahkan ke dalam beaker. Transfer it to a beaker. Okay. Then when you transfer to beaker, lepas kita letak dalam beaker, we pour distilled water, tuang air suling. And then kacau. Stir with a glass rod. Whenever in kimia class, especially yang bahagian C itu, the section C, when you all are writing the procedure, bila awak tulis procedure, dan kalau dia keluar dalam amali nantilah, if it's amali and it's unguided, tak berpandu, you please remember this point, Isi kacau ini ada markah. Got marks, Got marks, Yang semua langkah-langkah yang kita ambil sebagai kecil itu ada markah tau. There's marks. So please take note of this. Jangan skip. Okay? Yeah, so for this one, in this experiment, kita guna ini dulu. We use ammonium chloride first. We are using ammonium chloride first. Okay. Then we stir. And then after that, observe and record. Perhatikan dan record ketelarutan. That's all. That's all, That's all. That's why I say this experiment is a simple one. Ini bukan yang susah. and then repeat. So repeat the next page. Muka surat seterusnya ialah ulang dengan semua garam yang lain. All the other salts. Understand? Okay? Yeah, Amali, they will give, they can give anything actually. Dia tak semestinya, and actually, Amali, they don't normally follow the textbook bulat-bulat tau. Normally lah, biasanya dia akan ubah suai sikit. They will modify a little bit. So you don't expect everything to come bulat-bulat macam buku teks. Okay? Right? If don't know the volume, what do you write? Volume of salt to be used. Normally here, dalam ketelarutan, it's we only need one spatula. Huh? Normally we only need one spatula. So, if you forget in exam, kalau awak lupa, right? No lah, no lah. In your amali, you won't have so many lah. Don't worry. In your, oh, very good, very good. Okay. So if you're, you see, okay. What was I saying? Yeah. So if you don't know what to write, kalau awak sudah lupa 0.5 gram, you just take one spatula and then you weigh, timbang satu spatula itu apa berat dia. What is the mass? Apa jisim dia for one spatula? Then you tulis jumlah itu. Understand? Understand? Kalau awak sudah lupa 0.5, don't worry. Dalam exam jangan panik. Ambil satu spatula, timbang. You just write that amount. Should be okay. Dalam skema kelas for your amali, untuk procedure lah, bukan amali saja, even in your section C, bila awak tulis procedure, they have a range. Mereka ada julat punya. Dia bukan satu nilai yang spesifik. Normally they will have a range. Maybe like 0.2 to 1.0 gram. Contohnya lah, cikgu bagi contoh. Example. They will have a range. Don't worry. As long as it's sensible, it should be okay. Sepatutnya lah. Alright? Yeah, soluble in water is important. Yes, your teacher is correct because soluble can be in any solvent. Mana-mana pelarut. It can be in water, it can be in alcohol, it can be in ketone, it can be in alkane. A lot of different type of solvent. Ada banyak jenis pelarut. So di sini memang ketelarutan dalam air penting. Okay? How do you know when it's dissolved? You stir, it disappears. Dia menghilang. Alright? Okay, so manipulated here class, awak boleh nampak kita guna banyak-banyak garam. We are using all sorts of salt. So the MV here we write is the types of ammonium nitrate, chloride, sulfate and carbonate salt. Jenis garam ammonium nitrate, chloride, sulfate dan carbonate. Untuk eksperimen kita dalam buku teks lah. As I told you, later on in your, kalau dia keluar dalam amali, awak kena tengok betul-betul apa garam yang diberikan. You have to look at what type of salts are given. Okay? If you just write type of salt, salah. Depends on schema. Kalau cikgu yang tanda, I will mark it correct. Okay? But depends on schema. So that's why I always advise my students, ikut buku teks. Because biasanya skema akan ikut buku teks. Normally mark scheme will follow textbook. You can follow textbook or my notes atau nota cikgu. Because semua nota cikgu sudah pastikan, I've already made sure dia kena dengan skema, kena dengan buku teks. Okay? You follow my notes, no problem. But as I said, you must follow textbook. If they're not being labeled, then don't worry. You read the procedure carefully. Mereka akan bagi, then you use lah salt X, salt Y or whatever. Then memang jenis garam lah, because it's not labeled, right? Okay? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Tak larut. Okay, Okay, come. So responding here is what? Ketelarutan dia, the solubility lah. Ketelarutan dia. Okay, so what do we fix? Apa yang kita perlu malarkan di sini? So, whatever we fix, apa yang kita malarkan di sini, adalah faktor yang boleh mempengaruhi pemboleh ubat bergerak balas. It's the factors that can affect the responding, right? That means the solubility lah. So, this one, ini eksperimen berapa dalam buku? I'm not sure the exact number. But this is the first one dalam topik ini. You can go and check. Okay, so apa yang kita perlu malarkan di sini ialah you think about what other factors can affect solubility. Apa faktor lain yang boleh mempengaruhi ketelarutan? Cikgu sudah bagi tahu awak sebenarnya. I've already told you the two main things here. Itulah yang kita kena malarkan. That's the thing we need to Fix lah. Temperature, very good. Suhu then. What's the other one? Concentration. Okay, good. So, di sini, we have to fix the volume and temperature of water. Isi padu dan suhu air. Suhu ialah isi padu air because ini akan mempengaruhi kepekatan garam. This will affect the concentration of the salt. So you must use same volume for all lah. Faham tak? Okay. And then the mass of salt, the same garam. Again, because this will affect the concentration of the salt. Ini akan mempengaruhi kepekatan garam. Mass of salt and volume of water will affect the concentration. So kena malarkan lah. Okay. Okay. So what is our hypothesis? This hypothesis is very unique. Okay. Yes. Yes. This hypothesis is very unique. Sangat unik. Dia tak ikut format yang kita biasa pakai lah. It doesn't follow the format that we normally use. Normally we use what? Semakin, betul tak? Normally we say increase, decrease. So this one is a bit unique. The hypothesis here is, it's a bit general also. Some salts dissolve, setengah garam larut, setengah garam tak larut. Ini ikut buku teks. That's it. That's it. That's why I say it's unique lah because it's also general, right? Biasanya kita tak bagi secara macam ni. Yeah, it does depend on the situation, but cara kita tulis pemboleh ubah mesti ikut buku teks. So contohnya, for example, in your amali nanti, kalau awak hanya dapat, if you only get chloride salt and nitrate salt, contohnya lah. So then what will your variable be? Pemboleh ubah awak ialah jenis garam, nitrate dan klorida. Type of nitrate and chloride salt, like that. Memang kita ikut amali awak. Follow your own amali, but also format dia ikut buku teks. This one got. Okay. That one depends on schema lah. That one depends on schema. Cikgu tak boleh jamin yang itu. The question is fixed variable. Kalau ada satu dapat tak? I cannot guarantee. Bergantung pada skema. All I can advise you is kalau ingat semua, tulis semua. Okay? Jangan aim untuk tulis satu. Don't do that. Alright? Yes. No, sometimes they will, sometimes they won't because they want you to find out. Okay? Hypothesis yang ini, that's why I say it's very unique. You just write like this lah. This one there is no format. Yang ini tak ada format. It's just like that. Okay. What you can think about is hypothesis is kita nak teka apa yang akan berlaku pada hujung eksperimen. We want to guess what will happen at the end. Understand? That means we want to guess the RV. Tekaan RV. You can remember like that. Okay? If you give multiple answer, wrong, correct, right. I mean wrong, cancel, right. Kalau dua jawapan, satu salah, satu betul, awak dapat satu markah. Kalau salah, cancel. You cannot give conflicting answer. Kalau betul, okay. Alright? Okay, come. Let's continue. So this one very simple. Now, you look at this. Pemerhatian dia. Okay. Let's look at the observation. Now, class. Berdasarkan apa yang kita belajar tadi, garam yang terlarutkan, tak terlarutkan, the soluble, insoluble salts. Here, right? Here, awak boleh jawab. You can answer. Okay. So look at the first one. Untuk garam amonium yang kita pakai, ammonium chloride, ammonium sulfate, nitrate. Is it soluble or not? Terlarutkan ke tak? Come on. Okay, good. Terlarutkan ke tak? Ammonium nitrate, ammonium sulfate, chlorida. Yeah, why larut? Why we know larut? Automatically kita tahu larut. Why? Because ammonium ini adalah, ammonium is what? Ammonium ini adalah sebahagian daripada, yes, is part of your NaC, isn't it? Dia sebahagian daripada garam. NaC is part of the snap salts, what? Betul tak? Okay. So, larutlah. Automatically you know dissolve in water. Larut dalam air. Again, dalam air itu penting. In water is important. Okay, because even though it's soluble in water, walaupun dia terlarutkan dalam air, tak semestinya dia terlarutkan dalam pelarut yang lain. Doesn't mean it's automatically soluble in others. Okay? Alright. Look at the next one, nitrate. You don't even have to see here. Cuprum 2 nitrate, zinc nitrate, barium nitrate. Tak payah tengok ini. Why? Because nitrate belongs to royalty. Nitrate ini sebahagian daripada nak juga. So dissolve lah. Dissolve lah. What does solvent mean? Very good question. So untuk larutan for a solution, kita ada untuk larutan terdiri daripada a solution is made up of solvent, pelarut, which is the carrier lah, pembawa dia. Okay, pelarut and what? Solution got two component. Pelarut dan solvent and solute. Very good. Bahan larut. Solute. Bahan terlarut. So, kalau kita gabungkan bahan terlarut dengan pelarut, kita dapat larutan. That's how you get solution. Okay? Alright. Okay, guys. This one later I will upload. Okay, now look at the chloride. Okay, this one you answer lah. Look at the first one. Yes, that's right. Solvent dissolves solute. That's right. Okay, look at the first one. Cuprum chloride, natrium chloride, magnesium chloride. Is it soluble or not? Terlarutkan ke tak? Okay, very good. Very good. Apakah peraturan untuk chlorida? We already got Amali do the experiment, got chance to come out in paper 2. That one depends on your school lah. Usually no. Usually it won't be the same. Usually no. But it depends on your school. Okay, how? Yes, peraturan dia untuk klorida ialah PAH. Very good, is PAH. So you check lah. Untuk klorida semua larut kecuali PAH, betul tak? All soluble except for PAH, isn't it? So you check lah. Cuprum, adakah dia sebahagian daripada PAH? PAH is what? Lead 2, silver, argentum dengan mercury 1, mercury 1. Cuprum, bukan. Larut lah, soluble lah. Understand or not? Faham tak? This one Na, sodium, natrium. Natrium ini, adakah dia sebahagian daripada PAH? Bukan. It's not. Which means, larut lah. Because dia bukan pengecualian dia. It's not the exception, isn't it? Right? Okay. This one, magnesium. Magnesium. Adakah dia PAH? Is it PAH? Bukan. No, it's not. Kan? Which means, larut. Yes. So, tiga ini, larut. Dissolves. Tengok baris kedua. Look at the second line here. What do we have? Literally kita ada PAH. Betul tak? Can see or not? Plumbum 2 ada, tak larut. Silver, tak larut. Mercury 1, tak larut. So, this one insoluble. Macam tu saja. Do you understand now? Faham tak? Understand the rules just now? Okay? Alright. Let's look at this one. Sulfate. Untuk sulfate pula macam mana? Same story lah. Tengok baris pertama, look at the first line. Kita ada kalium, potassium, then we have zinc and magnesium. Right? Then, yes, very good. Untuk sulfate, peraturan dia ialah bacap. Very good, bacap. So, barium, calcium dan plumbum 2. Ini pengecualian dia. These are the exceptions. Ini yang tak larut, betul tak? Right? These are the ones that are not soluble. So, if you look at the first line, kalium, zinc, potassium, zinc, magnesium, bukan kan? It's not. Right? It's not the exception. Bukan pengecualian. Maksudnya, larut, dissolve, larut. Okay, good. Macam mana pula dengan bacap? You look at the next line, is already bacap, right? Nampak tak? Barium sulfate, calcium sulfate, lead 2 sulfate, plumbum 2 sulfate. So, yes, ikut peraturan dia, ini adalah pengecualian dia, betul tak? Following the rules for sulfate, bacap is the exception. Jadi, tak larut lah. Very good. Faham? Everybody clear? Okay, just now, somebody asked about the carbonate, right? Sekarang cikgu terangkan. Okay, so for carbonates, right? So for carbonates, the first one, how? Yes, very good. So untuk garam karbonat, okay, dia terbalik. Is opposite. Semua tak larut. Everything is insoluble. Except, kecuali apa? Except. So karbonat dia terbalik tau. Except for sap. Very good. Kecuali nak, betul. Kecuali NAC. So, hanya NAC yang larut. NAC is what? Natrium. SAP is sodium, ammonium dengan potassium. Hanya NAC yang larut. This is the only one that is soluble. Lain tak larut. Insoluble. Faham tak? Okay. So, look at the first line. Ini natrium. Larut lah. Soluble. Dia terbalik. It's the other way around. Okay. Kalium, larut. Ammonium, soluble. Because untuk carbonate, semua tak larut. Everything is insoluble. Except for this. Kecuali ini. Nah. Now, tengok baris seterusnya. Look at the next line. We have lambam 2, lead 2. Okay. So, adakah ini sebahagian daripada NAC? Is it part of the SAP? No. No. Jadi, maksudnya, tak larut. Tak larut. Magnesium carbonate. Tak larut. Copper. Is it part of NAC? Sebahagian daripada NAC? Part of SAP? No. Tak larut. Do you understand now? Boleh? So, the first one larut. Yang ni tak larut. Boleh. Okay. So, for conclusion, kesimpulan dia, biasanya, normally what we do is the trend, isn't it? Biasanya kita buat semakin-semakin for hypothesis. But this one is unique, right? Okay, this one is unique. Ini adalah unique. So, what we do here is, my advice lah, kesimpulan dia, tulis secara spesifik. Apa yang larut, apa yang tak larut. Which one is soluble, which one is not soluble. Okay, jangan bagi hipotesis umum. Kan? In your conclusion, state specifically. Ini, semua ni larut, ini apa yang tak larut. Okay? This one tak ada contoh dalam buku teks. There is no example in the textbook. Kan? Nah. Okay? Okay. Now, you look at the next part, class. Activity ini. I'm going to give you all a short break. 3 minutes. 3 minit. Okay? In case you want to use washroom and all. So, dalam 3 minit ini, cuba buat ini. Try to finish this. 3 minutes break. Alright?